Once upon a time, in a small, seemingly peaceful town called Blackwood, a sinister force began to infiltrate the local police department. Officer James Sullivan, a dedicated and honest cop, found himself at the center of a horrifying mystery that would forever change his perception of law enforcement. It all started with a series of gruesome murders that shook the town to its core. The victims were all criminals who had managed to evade justice, and their death sent shockwaves through the community. Initially, the police were hailed as heroes for taking down these dangerous individuals. But Officer Sullivan could not shake off the feeling that something was amiss. As he dove deeper into the cases, he discovered a pattern. Each victim had been killed in an eerily similar manner, with strange symbols etched into their flesh. The symbols seemed to hold a dark meaning, one that Officer Sullivan could not decipher. Determined to uncover the truth, he tirelessly pursued leads, even as his fellow officers dismissed his concerns. Haunted by sleepless nights and plagued by disturbing visions, Officer Sullivan's sanity slowly began to unravel. He became convinced that there was a hidden group within the police force responsible for these heinous acts. But as he dug deeper, his investigation led him down a rabbit hole of corruption and betrayal. Officer Sullivan discovered that the secret organization within the police force had made a pact with an ancient evil entity. They believed that by sacrificing criminals, they could harness dark powers and ensure their own personal gain and protection. The symbols carved into the victims' bodies were part of a ritual that bound their souls to this malevolent force. As Officer Sullivan gathered evidence against his corrupt colleagues, he found himself in a race against time. The more he uncovered, the more dangerous his situation became. His fellow officers turned against him, and he realized that he could not trust anyone within the force. With nowhere left to turn, Officer Sullivan sought the help of a retired detective who had once encountered a similar evil. Together, they devised a plan to expose the corruption and bring the perpetrators to justice. In a final, harrowing confrontation, Officer Sullivan and the retired detective confronted the secret organization within the police force. A battle ensued, with shadows dancing in the dimly lit room as the officers fought for their lives. The ancient entity, awakened by their presence, revealed its true form, a grotesque creature that fed on fear and darkness. In a desperate act of bravery, Officer Sullivan managed to banish the creature back to the depth from which it came. The corrupt officers were arrested, and Blackwood began his slow journey towards healing. But Officer Sullivan knew that the horrors he had witnessed would forever haunt him. The shadows of the badge had tainted his perception of justice and trust. Although he continued to serve as a police officer, he was forever changed, forever vigilant against the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. And so, the tale of Officer James Sullivan serves as a chilling reminder that even those sworn to protect can succumb to the allure of power and evil. Thanks for watching Horror Story.